Well, welcome back to the Stadium Light. What a game we've seen here this afternoon. Sunderland winning by 2-1. Let's run the highlights now, Danny. And there was so much action in there.
Trying to catch our breath here, aren't we? It was it was a great game of football, I think. A lot of incidents, some for the wrong reasons as well. Referee getting involved, but yeah, great start for us. And here we go again. Well-worked corner, something they've obviously worked on in the week. Doyle just getting involved there, flicks it round the corner on his left foot. And
such a blistering start from Sunderland, wasn't it?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, that's what we're after. We keep saying it. Stadium alive, teams coming up here, make it a fortress, make it difficult for teams to come and settle down. And we did that today. Everyone was at it out there, you know. Front foot, pressing, picking up loose balls in the middle of the park. And we got what we deserved early on. And there's, you know, you see it again now, the lads are coming out the slots. It's good link-up play. Pritchard involved again. Diaku running in behind. Broom was getting a bit of a torrid up against him here. He's chopping him inside out. And there's Broadhead on the move, and it's a great finish from him. I said it after the last game. I love watching him at the minute. You know, he's energetic. He's always getting at centre halves. He's a nightmare, I guess, to play against because he doesn't give you a moment's breath. I'm just seeing there his movement. He's always on the move, and it's a lovely little finish there, little flick. Keeper no chance.
So good.
2-0 got us on our way.
Yeah, wonderful to watch. Billy Wright doing a job again on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. Obviously, it started in the back four, didn't we? We changed it later on to a 3, didn't we? Went to a back 3. But you see it again there, and I said at half-time, their 3 centre-halves would have been delighted to get in at half-time, I think, because they were getting dragged about all over the show in that first half. You know, we were running in between. When you've got a back 3 and your centre-man's getting dragged about as much as he did, then you know you've got issues. And you see it again. I think the only thing at half-time is, the negative is we didn't go up more than 2 goals. You know, see that one there, Diaku coming in off the right hand side, just firing it over the crossbar. This one again, Ross Stewart. Yeah, difficult as well. Even if he gets good contact on it, it's a difficult one to beat the keeper. Very similar to his goal against Cheltenham the other night, where he slid in and almost poked it home, but he was just past the post again and couldn't get it on target. But yeah, as I said, you've asked there. We had a chat at half time, and for me that's the best first 45 minutes we've seen this season. Everything was, you know, the boxes were ticked. See it again there. Pritchard's on the move, isn't he? Pressing him there, trying to play out from the back. We didn't let him settle, and we were just all over him, and they just couldn't get a second wind. There we go again. Is it Bailey Wright there, just stealing in, and that's what I like about us. And people say where we were going wrong in a few weeks ago, and it's just that ugly side of the game, those little things what we weren't doing well enough on the front foot. I think Winchester, Dan Neil, excellent in there, always anticipating things and ready to pounce on those loose balls. And then once you do that, and then you can build your foundations to get yourselves and play your way into the game and then control the game, and that's what we've done for large periods today.
Could you pull out a man of the match this afternoon for Sunderland?
Again, it's one of those, isn't it, where you're asking me.
It's a team effort as well.
It is a team effort, yeah. If you're thinking, looking through it, I thought Winchester, you know, started in the middle of the park, then he went out to right back, and I thought he was excellent when he went to right back as well. You know, galloping forward down the flank. Broadhead at times. Pritchard again looking sharp. We'll probably get onto that in a minute in terms of a man of the match, but yeah, it's that issue. Diaku as well at times, you know, he's involved in a lot of good things going forward, wasn't he? He looks like he's settling down.
That incident that's what set the crowd away, wasn't it?
That's the big one there. And I said, for a game like today, which was a great game, is the goal. Now, let's have a look at the goal first. See Flanagan with his man there, Scott. He just gets under the flight of it. I think Hoffman as well is too busy getting involved with the man in front of him instead of keeping his eye on the ball and watching the flight of the ball. If he does, he just backpedals and he either punches it or catches it. But what I liked again about us is when we conceded today, see it in previous games where we've come up short, once we've conceded, we look nervy and we panic a little bit, but today we got straight back on the front foot, and you see it here again, Broadhead again driving us forward, and we were getting opportunities even after that goal. We just got on with it, we dusted ourselves down, and it's almost said, right, you've got your goal, but we're going to come at you again. Another one there, Diaku just doesn't come back. You can see what he's looking for, similar to Broadhead, just trying to bend it into that far corner. But we were getting opportunities because they were throwing bodies forward. They put a couple of forwards on, and they had to try and get back into the game. And this one was a bit of a comedy show, wasn't it? The keeper comes flying out. Cooper doesn't get there. His defender Wilson bails him out. We're just thinking there, is that going to go over? And it's Embleton following in with a centre half. Is it Scar, I think? Not sure, but they managed to scramble it clear. And this one from Nathan Broad, I think it's one of them. It's just, you know, worth a go, isn't it? He's just trying to hook it on and then nearly drops under the bar. But no, excellent game to watch. I thought a lot of incident. We were trying to commentate on it, but trying to talk about one incident, something else was going on. The only thing that the referee got too involved in the second half, or what we said there, he's booked about 5 or 6 of our lads, and maybe 1, maybe 2 of theirs where...
Yeah, I tell you, he booked 2 of theirs and he booked 5 of ours, including a manager.
Yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't perhaps argue with too many of our bookings. For me, though, it was the fact that he didn't book some of theirs where he could have done.
So it was a consistency issue for
you. And it was the one Wilson, first half, Broadhead knocks it past him on the far side.
Yep.
He's got the run on him and he just steps across and it's a body check and that's a yellow card. He doesn't book him for that. So it's those little ones which rile the fans. And then it's the one on Dan Neil, isn't it?
Yep.
He's the wrong side of Kamara. He's had 2 or 3 nibbles at him and then he fouls him. Doesn't give it, and then you can hear the crowd go up, and then you can just feel the anxiety in the stadium.
He must have been the only person in the stadium who did. Well, we did see it though. He just didn't give it.
Well, it's him, and his linesman on the far side's got a good view of it as well. He's looking straight at it, and he doesn't help him out and give it either. But between them, they didn't get it right, and then you can see. But that's why Lee Johnson gets frustrated down below us, and he is quite animated on the touchline. But then, what's wrong with him? He's having a go. He might throw a few F words in there or a few words he shouldn't do, perhaps. But then you've got the 4th official with his headset on, telling the ref, he comes over and he books him, and it's man's football. Let's grow up and get on with the game.
Got the stats from the game here, Danny, from the BBC. The Plymouth did shade possession. You could tell in the second half, 54 to our 46. Plymouth only had 8 shots to our 17 shots. 4 of Plymouth's shots were on target. 7 of Sunderland's. 8 corners to Sunderland. Just a 3 to Plymouth. 6 fouls each, apparently, according to the BBC.
Right, yeah. I said before the game they're a possession-based team. They went up to MK Dons, who loved the ball themselves, and they had 59-60% there on Wednesday night. So I expected that. I just loved the way we stopped them playing in that first half. They come up here, and we didn't let them settle. They couldn't get their second win. I said there the centre-halves were probably blowing because they were getting dragged about all over the show.
Yeah.
And we just done everything right in that first half. Our front 4, really, the 3 behind Ross Stewart, got after them, taking the ball off them, and they just didn't settle. Horton in front of their back 3 couldn't dictate the play, the pace of the game because he couldn't get on the ball. Pritchard was busy around him.
Yep.
So, and then that gives us the opportunities, and they scored them 2 goals, and they didn't know what had hit them. Second half, they came out early. You said they're out early, and I said they probably had
5 minutes before someone plays.
Schumacher's probably got into them in the changing rooms and said, "Liven up here, boys. This game could get away from you." And they did. To be fair, they settled in first 5 minutes, second half. They passed it round, they settled, they made a couple of changes, but I just like the way we reacted again once we conceded. We weren't nervous, we didn't drop too deep, and then we got back on the front foot. And when you've got the likes of Broadhead, Pritchard, Ross Stewart, we've got players with pace on the counter-attack, we're going to get opportunities, and we did. Unfortunately, we didn't take one of them, but you still know you've got that on the counter-attack when you do win the ball back.
Let's have a look at the scores from in and around the EFL League One. I haven't seen these. We don't know these yet. Imagine many fans checking their phones as we were leaving the ground. So the latest scores from in and around EFL League One. Here it comes. Okay, then let me read them down for you, Danny. Accrington Stanley 1, Bolton Wanderers 0, Charlton Athletic 2, Cambridge United 0, Cheltenham Town 2, Lincoln City 2, Crewe Alexandra 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Doncaster Rovers 1, Shrewsbury Town 0, Fleetwood Town 2, Gillingham 1, MK Dons 1, Oxford United 2. Then we've got Portsmouth 2, Morecambe 0, Rotherham United 3, Burton 1, Wigan 1, Ipswich Town 1, and Wycombe 2, AFC Wimbledon 2. Let's see what that does to the league table.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of those results gone for us, haven't they? The 2 at the bottom.
Sunderland sitting in 3rd.
Rotherham came through, didn't they? Drawing at half-time at home to Burton. But, yeah, they've won again. But, no, you're just looking at that now, and it's tight up there now. Yeah, Wigan have obviously got the game on us, but... there's another 2 points we've nicked on them today as well.
The teams below us, many of them have played a couple of games as well on us. Well, one game on us as well. Yeah,
Wycombe, isn't it? Yeah, so, but no, it's tight to this end. I don't think anyone, I said it before, if anyone finishes above Rotherham, then they're going up for me. They look solid, pretty solid at the back and going forward. They've got goals in them. But it's going to be one that goes to the wire, I think, this season. We've just got to keep the old cliche, chalk each game off as it comes, take each game as it comes, and at this moment in time we've got back into it. We've had that sticky period of 3 or 4 games where we came away from it, and then all of a sudden we've got back into it. I think it started off with the Ipswich one, and yeah, at this moment in time the confidence is coming back into the boys. You can see that in their performances now.
Okay then, I think we can get into your thoughts now, and hashtag Ask Danny, the post-game programme here on SAFC Live. It's first one's from Jamie, who said, thought Pritchard was man of the match today. Impressed with Winchester in the centre of midfield as well, and done all the unfashionable work and helped out the defence too.
Yeah, I'd agree with him. I think Pritchard was up there as well again. He's in there, he's in that 10, and people think, oh, he's in there to make things happen, and he does that. He gets on the ball, he drives, he's jinking around, but he works off the ball well as well. For me, Pritchard, you see he's on set plays as well. Obviously took the one for the short ball into Doyle for the first goal. But you can see his confidence now. His confidence is come. He looks match fit. He's getting a run in the team. Starts, I think it was his first 90 minutes on Tuesday, wasn't it? But he's playing with confidence, and that comes about from getting a run of games in the side. He's mentioned Winchester as well. Yeah, I'd say that as well. But you can see a lot of the boys, Bailey right there, stepping in, getting us on the attack again. There's a lot of pluses out there, 7, 8, 9 out of 10s out there again today for me. And it's amazing what can happen in the space of how you go from a month where we looked so short in confidence, where it wasn't just one or two of the lads who came off it. It was the whole team near enough who looked low on confidence. Defensively we looked frail. Going forward we looked a little bit toothless. And then all of a sudden you get a couple of results, start scoring again, a couple of clean sheets, and then the lads look back at it. It's hard to pick a standout player for me today. There's 5 or 6 who you could say 8, 9 out of 10, I think. But yeah, a good all-round solid team performance, that.
Let's have a look at the next one then. This one's from Josh, who says, watching from Arkansas. And he says, are the boys leggy in the second half, or was it Johnson asking them to press less? Always inviting pressure, it seems, dropping off late in games.
I think it's a combination. I think I expected more from Plymouth in the second half. We stopped them playing in that first half, and they do have a lot of the ball. Plus, when you're pressing, you can't always do it for 90 minutes. You've got to save some in the legs. We've done it great first half, didn't we? We got after them. And he's asked the question there, and I say it's a difficult one when people mention about going with the same starting 11 again. Now, the strength in depth at the minute isn't quite there. You've obviously got a lot of the younger boys who are getting the opportunity on the bench. But do you change a winning team? Some people will say, go with the same team. If it isn't broke, don't fix it, don't change it type of thing. So he's gone with the same 11, 3 games on the bounce. But the pitch is getting quite heavy now. That can sap the boys a little bit. And I think I agree with what he's saying. I think in the second, we did look a little bit leggy at times, but on the counter-attack, we still look fresh. Broadhead looks like he could go and play another 45 minutes. He's full of running, isn't he?
His goal was so good.
Then, we made the 2. Embleton came on at half-time for Gooch. We're not sure what's happened to him. He did take a knock on that far side.
Yeah, might have been precautionary because, games are coming thick and fast. However, the lads have got a week off, haven't they?
Midweek, I think, yes. But then you move Winchester, who was that energy in the middle of the park with Dan Neil, both excellent in there today. I thought Dan had a lot of the ball. I say it before, when Dan Neil's involved in the game, we're at it as a team. He creates a lot for us and he ticks us over. Then you put Winchester to right back, and he was great out there. He was getting up and down the right flank as well, making tackles. But as the game wears on, and it becomes that thing when they get their goal, they get back into it, and it's a mentality thing. And you're looking up at the clock. We've mentioned it there. And when they see the 5 minutes goes up, and you get a little bit nervous, you're nearly there. You're getting closer at the top of the table, and you're looking, you're thinking, let's get over the line. You don't want to overcommit in case they play through you.
Yep.
Credit to Plymouth, by the way. They brought 2-3 strikers on, didn't they? Jeff got come on. Ennis came on. They almost went with the front 5, getting the ball, putting it forward. Credit to the boys at the back. They stood strong towards the end. It was a combination, really. But once we start getting some of these boys back out of the treatment room, then Lee Johnson maybe can look at freshening it up a little bit more. But as you mentioned there, we've got a good breather now. The boys have earned it. They've got a little break. He might give them a day or 2 off, and then they can get back to it and get focused to go again next week.
Okay, then let's have another one of your thoughts here on hashtag Ask Danny. This one is from Mush. All right, Mush. This is my favourite Sunderland squad since Big Sam was here. Everyone is willing to put in a shift wherever they play, even out of position. No egos. From Ireland. Thanks for tuning in, Mush.
Yeah, no, I think he's right. I certainly don't think there's any egos out there. I think, we speak about it, and lads are having to do a job whenever they're asked to play, aren't they? Lyndon Gooch, Winchester. We've seen Luke O'Nien when he's fit, he's had to do it. And you have to do it. The manager's asking you to do a job. We know the situation we're in because that many lads in the treatment room. There's 8 or so at this moment in time, a couple of long-termers. So the boys have got to get on with it, and what a job they're doing. They've got themselves back on track. We've had that wobble. But they've stuck in there. It's been tough for them, and they know what's expected of them at this club. Start of the season, we're expected to be up there competing for automatic promotion, let alone getting into the playoffs. So big expectancy on on a squad with some young boys who have come in who are trying to find their way in the game, trying to find their feet in men's football, and then they've stood up to it. Doyle again today was playing in there centre half, then he's gone to left back, then he's in a back three, coming up against some big strong boys, putting themselves about, but he's come through it again today. So credit to the boys, they're sticking in there. Hopefully, as I say, sooner rather than later, we can get one or two of these lads back from the treatment room in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like to Denver Hume, Sirkin, not sure how far they off. I think Huggins has been put back a few weeks, hasn't he?
Apparently so. Came out during
so
the
that's
week,
a blow, yeah. And then you get to January, and we were on about it last week. Can we, the window opens, maybe they're going to, well, certainly I'd imagine they'll be looking at doing some business in the window.
Okay, then let's move on to the fourth one then, please. This one is from Gordon. Is Lee Johnson the only manager that gets booked off these referees that are in this league? Watching from Western Australia. Well, thanks, Gordon, for tuning in from down under. I got quite passionate in commentary, which I probably shouldn't, but the emotions of the afternoon got the better of me. And, it's just frustrating because you see that decision not given to Dan Neil on the edge of the area. We've already covered it, but everyone in the stadium, except the linesman and the referee, would see that as a foul.
Yeah, it is, and that's what riles you. And that's why you can see Lee Johnson gets frustrated with it. And he spoke, obviously, after his suspension. He said, perhaps I need to calm myself down and think, but you're in the heat of the moment. He knows what's at stake. There's a lot of pressure on him and the team to perform and to get these results. And it's just those little incidents which go against you, and it's your natural reaction. Who's the first person who's next to him? It's the fourth official. So he's got the headset on. He gets onto the referee, the fourth official, who's then relaying it back to the referee. And listen, you're going to say the odd word out of line, shall we say.
Yeah.
It's men's football, What does he expect him to say? It's a clear and obvious foul on the edge of the box. Opportunity for us to have a good free kick from, 20 yards out, centre of goal.
Probably a booking as well for
Probably
Kamara.
a booking for Kamara. Yeah, it is a booking. It doesn't give it. And then you're going to react like that. You've got Jamie McAllister on there. They're both fiery characters, him and Lee Johnson. They're going to get after the fourth official or the linesman if he's there on the halfway line. Just get on with it. They've got to expect it. Being in a fourth official has got to expect to take a bit of flack during the game. Report it back to the referee, and then he gets a yellow card for it. But that's what riles him. If they give I know there's not a perfect referee out there who's going to get every decision correct, but when it's quite an obvious one like that, and he's got his linesman who can help him out on the far side as well, that's what riles you. And then that goes from us having the opportunity of a free kick on the edge of the box. Then they've nicked the ball, they can counter on us and score, or create an opportunity.
But I think they did actually.
They did, yeah. And then you can hear the crowd what they think of it, and then the atmosphere just changes in the ground. And then if there's a few tackles going in, as we said there, it's one incident leads to another. And was it 5 or 6 of our lads have got booked, including Lee Johnson.
Yeah.
And I think it was 2 of theirs in the end, but it should have been 2 or 3. And I think the one for me, the obvious one, was James Wilson on the far side when Broadhead knocks it past him. He's got the run on him.
That was in the first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, first half, far side, steps across him and bumps him. That's a yellow card. He doesn't give it. So it's keeping the standards as well as a referee.
Yeah,
but
many of the referees as well at this level are part-time as well. Does that have an effect on it?
I wouldn't think so. I think a referee's got to be able to see certain things. Don't get me wrong. I've not been a referee, and I guess it's hard out there. You need eyes in the back of your head at times. You've got your fourth official who's got to help him out and his linesman and stuff. But it's them obvious ones which 30-odd thousand Sunderland fans can see what he can't from 5 yards away, which gets everyone going. But we said there, we don't want to be talking, I know we are, but we shouldn't really be talking about the referee's performance when it's been a good all-round performance from the lads out there today.
Okay, thanks for your hashtag, Ask Danny. We've got another one. We've got 2 more. This one's from Rob. Good result today, but I've said it here before, and I'll say it again. Their goal was similar to a lot of other goals we concede. Opposing teams littered the line with players. Why can't we cope with this? Do we need more aerial players in January to close this issue out? Now, I was just saying off mic to you, I can't remember that many clear-cut chances for Plymouth Argyle this afternoon. Chances that, when Hoffman's had to get down maybe once in the second half, he had got down to his
he made one just after they scored, I think.
But in terms of chances, their goal was kind of an anomaly, really, on efforts on goal. And who's at fault there? I mean, you're a former defender. Is Flanagan at fault? Is the goalkeeper at fault? I mean,
I think, obviously they've loaded the box. It's an in-swinger, and just see it back now. So if you keep an eye on Flanagan, he's having a bit of a ding-dong at the back with Scar there, and then I think what happens with Flanagan is he gets under the flight of the ball because he knows that Scar's behind him and he's interested, and just keep an eye on it back now. If we slow it down slightly, you can just see in the middle there, they're all bobbing and weaving around there, and he just gets away, and then Flanagan, I think, has a bit of a panic up because he knows he's behind him, and he just gets under the flight. I think Hoffman as well, too busy getting involved with his man. Look at him now scrambling back across his line. If he's in his right position, centre of goal, Hoffman, For me, he can just punch that away, or well, even catch it, but certainly punch it clear. He's too busy interested in what's going on in front of him. He goes and gets too tight getting involved. Keep an eye on him now. See there, he's in a good position. He's got no one round, and then he steps into his man. He's trying to push him away. For me there, if you look where it is now, if he's there, he can come 2 yards and punch that clear. It's a combination, really. In general play, I thought we actually defended well. A lot of balls come in. Broom went to that right-hand side, didn't he, first half?
Yeah.
And he put about 6 or 7 crosses in. Bailey Wright was winning headers, Doyle, Flanagan. So in general play, I thought we defended them well. I'm not sure how many corners they had.
We had 8, they're 3.
They had 3, yes. So they've only had 3 and they've scored off 1, haven't they? So we haven't had to defend a lot of corners and set plays coming in. The 2 free kicks they had, we had a good high line, which gives Hoffman space to come and collect it. And he did with one of them, didn't he? It was a flighted ball and he was there to collect it. But that one there, I think, yeah, you can say, well, Flanagan's man scored and he's got himself under the flight of the ball. But I think that's where I'd want my goalkeeper to come and be big, strong, and just come and punch it, get us up the pitch after that. So I know he's asking there, do we need to sign some big aerial players in the window? I don't think we need any more centre halves. I think
Jamajli come back.
Yeah,
as well.
Jamajli's back. I think we're quite well stocked at centre half at the minute. But no, I wouldn't say that's our main concern at this moment in time.
Let's have a look at the final hashtag Ask Danny this afternoon. Then this one, I think it's from Ben. It says, watching from Saskatoon, Saskatoon, in Canada. Well, thanks for watching, Ben. Who not in the regular starting 11 do you think has the best chance to break into it? Well, you've got to say Elliot Embleton, probably.
Yeah, I think Elliot at this moment in time is he's lost his place in the starting 11. He got sent off, didn't he? And then he came back. He started a couple. Then Pritchard's come in form, and if you're looking at them two, they're probably looking at that number 10 position as their main position, just in behind Ross Stewart. Pritchard's coming out to bide his time while Embleton was doing well and playing well. And then he's took over and he's doing well in there now. And then obviously we've had the good running results. And the team's, it's one of those where the team picks itself, really, doesn't it? So he's got to bide his time. He's had a good 45 minutes today as well. He's coming on off the bench. I think Oxford last week he come on and done really well. So he's just got to keep working hard. Not just with Elliot, it's with the other boys as well who aren't in the team. They've got to keep working hard in training. I'm sure there's a good atmosphere around the training ground at this moment in time. Again, with the results brings that. And it's good competition for places. Now, we've got a lot of lads in the treatment room still. You've got Aidan McGeady to come back. Others in there, Luke O'Nine's going to be out for a while as well, so we're missing him. As I said, there are a couple of fullbacks to come back in. Lyndon Gucci's playing there for now. When they come back, he gets bumped back up. Yeah. Maybe out on the wing or whatever, higher up the pitch, certainly. But the lads who are out the pitch, you see you've got the younger lads in there. You've got Kimpioka, younger Alves, who'll be frustrated because he's not having a lot of game time. He's played in the Papa John's, I think, in the League Cup. But at this moment in time, the 11 who are out there are managing to do a good job, and we've got a lot of these boys back up to speed and who are turning in good performances at this moment in time. So the boys who aren't in the team just got to keep training hard, and when the opportunity comes, they've got to take it.
It's been a great afternoon here at the Stadium. A well-fought victory for Sunderland, winning 2-1 against Plymouth Argyle. The lads are back in action next Saturday away against Ipswich Town. It's funny how it works out, isn't it? The season fixtures switch around. Yes, so that you can join us at 2:30 for that one on Saturday, the 18th of December. Thanks for watching this afternoon. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your weekend.